Hello dear students, today we'll be discussing part B in this lesson, consumption and investment function. So in this lesson we have 9 questions in part B and all the 9 questions are included even after deleted portion. So deleted portions kuduthirukanga public, even after that all the 9 questions are very important, which is included in this chapter. So please listen to me and learn along with my teaching so that you can get good marks in your public. Let's start now. So what is consumption function? Consumption function or the meaning pakla. The consumption functions or propensity to consume refers to income consumption relationship. So இது என்ன ரிலேஷன்ஷிப்னா இன்கம்க்கும் கன்சப்ஷனுக்கும் உள்ள ரிலேஷன்ஷிப். ப்ரொபென்சிட்டி டு கன்சியூம்னா எந்த ப்ரப்போர்ஷனுக்கு நம்ம கன்சியூம் பண்ணுறோம் அதை தான் வி கால் இட் அஸ் கன்சப்ஷன் ஃபங்க்ஷன். ஸோ இது வந்து டூ இம்பார்ட்டண்ட் aggregates. It's a relationship between two important aggregates. என்னன்னு பார்த்தீங்கன்னா total consumption and gross national income. So it is symbolically referred as C is equal to F of Y. That is, consumption is equal to functioning on income. Okay. Now, I'll tell you just with an example. You can see that now consumption function in economics means the relationship between the consumer spending and the various factors determining it. So at the household or family level, or family la or household la, many factors may include with the help of income, like wealth or age or education or the family size or various factors idukla நம்ம spend பண்ணுவோம். So that is called as idukla நம்ம how do we use the money with a given level of income. So that is called as consumption function. It is a relationship between income and consumption. So further, consumption function indicates a functional relationship between C and Y. C is another, it is consumption and Y is income, where C is the dependent variable and Y is the independent variable. C is another, it is depending on income. Another, consumption is depending on income. Okay, இப்போ income நிறைய இருந்தா தான் consumption நிறைய இருக்கும். Income கம்மியா இருந்ததுன்னா consumption கம்மியா இருக்கும். So this relationship is based on ceteris paribus, where other things remaining same. So it is also considered that all possible influence on consumption are held constant. So in the picture paranga, it is a relationship between income and spending with the level of income, how much they consume. That is called as consumption function. Let's discuss the next question. What do you mean by propensity to consume? So propensity na, it is nothing but the level of proportion. Alright. So propensity to consume refers to income consumption relationship. So அப்படினா என்னன்னா, it is a income consumption relationship. See, for example, the proportion of total income or increase in the income that consumer tends to spend on goods and services rather than to save பண்றது காட்டிலும் if they are spending on all the goods and services, then it is called to be propensity to consume. Alright, so it is a functional relationship between two aggregates. What are they? Total consumption and gross national income. Let's discuss the next question. Define average propensity to consume, APC. So the average propensity to consume is the ratio of consumption expenditure to any particular level of income. அப்படின்னா it is a measure of percentage of income. In a percentage they spent rather than they save பண்றது காட்டில how much they spent for their own consumption. So it may be calculated by a single individual who wants to know where the money is going. So symbolically இது வந்து எப்படி explain பண்றாங்கன்னா C by Y. For example, consider a household with total consumption of rupees 40,000 out of total income rupees 70,000. 70,000 on our income, but he's spending how much? Only 40,000. So an individual's propensity to consume is calculated as C by Y. அப்போ C என்னது? 40,000 divided by Y is 70,000. So ratio எவ்வளோ கிடைக்குது? 0.571, which is our average propensity to consume. Okay. Let's discuss the next question, marginal propensity to consume. எப்பவுமே ஞாபகத்தில் வச்சுக்கோங்க, the term marginal means additional. So additional proportion to consume. So proportion of aggregate rise in the pay that the consumer spends on the consumption of goods and services as opposed to save it. That is called to be marginal propensity to consume. Okay, now let's learn the meaning what is given here. Marginal propensity to consume may be defined as the ratio of changes in the consumption to the change in the income. See, ratio of change. இங்க என்ன சொல்றாங்க? Change in consumption by change in income. So change in consumption or change in income, it can be explained as marginal propensity to consume. இப்போ என்ன சொல்றாங்கன்னா, இப்போ one person if is earning 10,000, if there is an increase in the level of his income to 20,000, and if his consumption is from 8,000, what will happen when he earns 20,000? 20,000 இருக்கும்போது அவன் வந்து he may spend more than 15,000 for his consumption. So அந்த changes 10,000 இருக்கும்போது 8,000 consumption, 20,000 ஆகும்போது 15,000 consumption. So that changes is called as marginal propensity to consume. The change in the level of income and consumption is called as marginal propensity or the ratio of consumption, MPC. Now let's discuss the next question. What do you mean by propensity to save? So just like consumption mari, the savings பத்தி படிக்க போறோம், proportion of savings. Okay, so propensity to save is the relationship between income and saving. So நம்ம income and consumption mariye income and saving. So இங்க என்ன கொடுத்திருக்காங்க? propensity to save. So it is the relationship between income and savings. Okay, so propensity to save is merely the propensity not to consume. So it is a income plus saving relationship. அவ்வளவுதான். Consumer saves rather than spending on consumption of goods and services. Consumer என்ன பண்றாங்க? amount save பண்றாங்க rather than spending on consumption பண்ணாம they are saving the money. That is called as propensity to save. Next question பார்க்கலாம், average propensity to save. So average na என்ன சொல்லி கொடுத்திருக்கேன்? It is a ratio of propensity. Alright, so the average propensity to save is a ratio of saving and income. இப்போ saving propensity to save naale it is a relationship between saving and income. See, average na the ratio மட்டும் தான். Okay, இந்த ratioக்கு அவங்க save பண்றாங்க. So APS is a quotient obtained by dividing the total saving by the total income. Okay, so இது என்ன சொல்றாங்கன்னா, formula என்னன்றாங்க? APS is equal to S by Y. அப்படின்னா it is a income which is saved rather than spending on goods and services. amount இந்த அளவுக்கு சேவ் பண்றாங்க, ஸ்பெண்ட் பண்றத காட்டிலும் how much is being saved. Okay, so it's also known as saving ratio. இதுக்கு இன்னொரு பேர் என்ன சொல்றாங்கன்னா, it is also called to be saving ratio. So it is usually explained as the percentage of total household disposable income, அதாவது without deducting the tax, that is called to be APS, that is average propensity to save. Okay, now same like average propensity to save, let's go with the next question. Define marginal propensity to save. So marginal என்ன சொல்லி கொடுத்திருக்கேன், it is a additional. Okay, so additional propensity to save, MPS is the ratio of change in saving to change in income. So marginal term வரும்போது நம்ம என்ன பண்ண போறோம், changes in போட போறோம், change in saving to change in income. So marginal propensity to save is change in the delta S by delta Y, that is change in saving by change in income. So proportion of aggregate rise in income that consumes saving than spending on consumption of goods and services. Okay, so what is that? Proportion of aggregate rise in income that consumer saves more than spending is called to be marginal propensity to save. Let's discuss the next question. Define multiplier. So multiplier na enna, it is a relationship between change in income to change in investment. Appo multiplier வந்து it is explained as K. Multiplier na K ன்னு சொல்றாங்க. That means how to calculate multiplier? It is a change in income to change in investment. How much with the level of income, how much is being invested, so that changes. Okay, that change is called to be multiplier. So for example, just think Brazil World Cup நடக்கும்போது they spent millions of dollars building new stadium, hotels and infrastructure. So இதனால என்ன ஆச்சுன்னா, நிறைய பேருக்கு வந்து வேலை வாய்ப்பு உண்டாச்சு, and it created new jobs, new work. More and more people were employed and more and more people earned more money. So நிறைய peopleக்கு வந்து வேலை வாய்ப்பு உண்டாச்சு, right? So this is especially because this meant that this spending more on local goods and service. அப்போ local எல்லா goods and service ஓட commodities எல்லாமே utilize பண்ணாங்க for their building purpose, right? For the development purpose. So it is also called to be backward linkage. So this type of mode is also called to be backward linkage. So which are related with the economic activities, which boosted the economic activity. இப்போ இதை பார்த்த உடனே நிறைய looking at the stadium, especially the Brazilian government என்ன பண்ணுச்சுன்னா, இதை நிறைய நல்ல ரொம்ப வெல் வேர்ஸ்டு கன்ஸ்ட்ரக்ஷன் பண்ணனால அது வந்து 12 நியூ ஸ்டேடியம்ஸ் வேர்ல்ட் கப்புக்காக கன்ஸ்ட்ரக்ஷன் பண்ணுறதுக்கு ரைட்ஸ் கொடுத்தாங்க. ஸோ ஸ்டேடியம் ரிக்வயர்ஸ் என்னெல்லாம் வேணும், இப்போ லைட்டிங், பார்க்கிங் லாட்ஸ், இன்டீரியர் டிசைன்ஸு, goods and services, many things, right? So that means there is a large boost in the industries. So multiply ஆயிட்டே இருக்கு, more and more in the investment. So income change ஆகுது, investment change ஆகுது. So this is called to be change in investment with change in changes in the income also. So this relationship, income change with the investment, is called to be multiplier. Define accelerator. Accelerator now, it expresses the ratio of the net change in investment to change in consumption. So ஒன்னும் இல்ல, ratio of change in investment to the change in consumption is called to be accelerator. So we can say that the investment depends not so much on the level of income and consumer demand, but it is a rate of change. Firms are investing to provide production capacity, so they will invest according to how much demand is growing. ஸோ எந்த அளவுக்கு டிமாண்ட் இருக்கோ அந்த அளவுக்கு தான் ஃபர்ம்ஸ் கம்பெனிஸ் எல்லாம் இன்வெஸ்ட் பண்ணுவாங்க. தேவை பொருளுக்கு திங்ஸ் கமாடிட்டிஸ்க்கு தேவைப்பட்டால் மட்டும்தான் the firms will invest more on the commodities, right, for manufacturing it, not according to the actual level of demand. Okay, growing demand they will invest. So this link between investment and the rate of change in demand is called to be accelerator theory. சரியா? So fluctuation in investment will be much greater than those in income. So that change in the level of income to change in the level of consumption investment, so that is called to be accelerator. Change in the level of investment to change in the level of consumption is called to be accelerator.